All right, guys. So I just wanted to talk about this very interesting design concept for a potential stadium in Las Vegas. Now, originally, I had just searched Vegas MLB stadium ideas or something like that, and I saw this and I had assumed that this design was from like some firm within Vegas that was trying to attract an MLB team. The dude who actually made this design DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Listen, I just did this during the pandemic, and let me tell you guys, he linked me the website and you can see all these different photos. This is a super in-depth design of a futuristic MLB stadium. I'm blown away by it. And people always ask me why I hate the new Globe Life Field so much, because it's boring. You've got people that are just fans that make these designs, or I don't know if this dude's probably a graphic designer. You can't have an actual MLB team come up with something unique. I think the new Globe Life Field was a complete swing and a miss. It was so boring. We're going to go through all the images of this and take a look at, this is called Stadium 51, kind of a little nod there to Area 51, which I love. I mean, if this thing was called Stadium 51, it would be such a cool name. Unfortunately, we all know it's probably going to be called Amazon Field or Tesla Park or something. I'm just waiting for Tesla to throw their names on one of these stadiums and buy the rights to them, but it would be cool if they went with a name that was kind of like futuristic, like Area 51, Stadium 51, but this is a retractable roof stadium, and we are going to kind of look at how it looks with the roof off versus on. I mean, it's simply beautiful. It looks like a spaceship, kind of a model like the NFL is doing with their super stadiums. The overall capacity of this, according to the website, right around 30,000. Now, according to the rumors, the actual capacity of the new Vegas stadium will probably be around 30 to 35K. I'm guessing what's going to end up happening, it'll probably be a total seating capacity of like 32, but with standing room and with all the drinking rails, they could probably fit about 37 or 38K in it. That's just my speculation on what I think they're going to do, because they are going to want to host things like the MLB All-Star Game. You know, if the Vegas Athletics get to the playoffs, they're going to want to have playoff games. You want to fit in as many people as possible. So I'm going to say probably just in seats, right around 30 to 32K, but if you give everyone standing room, you try and jam as many people in as possible, they'll probably be able to fit at least 35, maybe up to 37K, something like that. Ballparks in the MLB are getting smaller. I know a lot of people were saying on social media they were surprised at how small the stadium was. How does it only have a capacity of 30 or 35,000? I was not surprised at all. This is just the way ballparks are trending. They're going to get smaller, especially when you go to a market like Vegas, where they don't have like the craziest of fan bases. A lot of their fan base is going to be from tourists and things like that. You can take a look at kind of the entrance right there. Nice little futuristic design with kind of a hovering baseball over the center. And then that's with the roof open, I believe. So that's a very nice design. This is looking at the batter's eye. So I really think this is what I would prefer when it comes to batter's eye. Some type of water incorporated into the batter's eye, whether it's a small waterfall, whether it's a little pond, something like that. It looks like there's an alien and an astronaut kind of going along with the Area 51 futuristic vibe. I like that idea because it's unique. Anytime you throw in something unique, I'm going to like it. But when it comes to batter's eye, either some type of incorporation with Vegas, you know, in terms of their plants, maybe with like cactuses or something. I think that might be cool. But this is kind of like a UFO futuristic ballpark theme, so I understand. You've got the black backdrop for the batter's eye, and then you do have, you know, the alien there with the astronaut. And if you were to put up some type of green ivy, it probably would be out of place. But normally that's what I prefer when it comes to batter's eyes. I don't really like the all black look, but I understand it in this sense because this is fitting with the theme more of it being kind of a futuristic ballpark. That's an amazing shot right there. Obviously, you know, in real life, there'd be things around it, stuff like that, but that's just kind of a look at how the roof goes on and off, so that's pretty cool there. just more 3D shots of it. You've got the light. You know what the lighting around it reminds me of? Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star. Kind of that looping lighting. You've got the red going over top. You've got the white stripe there as well. This is just a great design. And then this is the interior of the ballpark with the stadium open, so you can take a look at the outfield seating design. I really like it personally. You know, you've got right field, the lower bowl. The one thing, if I'm going to nitpick, I might cut off a few of those top rows on the lower bowl just because it looks like it's 20 or 25 rows straight, and I think that might be too many. And I might replace those top rows with some type of bar area or drinking rail. And then the secondary, second tier of seating, I think that looks fine. Maybe it's a little bit far away, but I really have no issues with it. Looking at the scoreboard in center field, I think it's fine. The one thing that I really dislike about scoreboards in center field is when they're right up against the actual wall, but this one seems really far pushed back and pushed up, and it's got kind of a unique oval design to it. And you can see the outfield seating kind of mirrors each side, but with the left field, it looks like there's some type of exclusive club seating in the front before you actually get to the general admission. So there's definitely some unique designs with it overall. That's just kind of a view from the top. You can take a look, and I love the upper deck design. So we want smaller upper decks. That's exactly what this is. I'm sure Vegas Stadium, if it does seat 30K or 35K, it's going to have kind of a very small upper deck design anyways. So I really do like that design there. This is a very interesting shot. You can see the sun. Looks like the sun's rising. Looks like about 8 o'clock in the morning in this photo. You can actually see a nice little slide on the far right there, a little purple slide, super unique aspect to it. Kind of reminds me of American Family Field, but maybe a little bit more of a futuristic version. And then right next to that slide, it looks like there's some type of club seating or exclusive VIP seating there. That is cool. Getting another look at it, you can see behind home plate above the upper deck, it looks like there's some sort of hovering baseballs or planets. That's something that's super unique and super cool. And then there is kind of a VIP club, maybe casino type section actually above the upper deck where it has like 5 or 6 sections of seating. So this is a super unique design. And again, people wonder why I don't like Globe Life Field. This is some dude just creating this, and you can't get an MLB team to hire legitimate architects to create something unique. They come up with that, and then they don't even design the roof properly. It looks like a grill. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna grade it based off of modern standards. You're talking about 10 different unique features to this Vegas ballpark. There's the roof closed, but you also have the natural light being let in, which I'm sure is something they're gonna do. You also kind of have, if you look on the left, there's windows there. That also lets natural light in. That's the new design with the MLB, or especially with the NFL, where the roof is actually translucent. It's see-through, and you can see into the stadium, and I don't think shadows would be that big of an issue just looking at that roof, although I would have to kind of see how it would look when the sun was setting. There's another view down the first base line. You can get a better look at kind of the overall seating and how it looks along the third base line with the upper bowl, and then the nice little slide there as well. Another nice unique feature to it. This is looking directly in from center field, gives you kind of a better look at all. It looks like those are, I don't know if those are baseballs, hovering baseballs, or planets. I love that design. That's great. I love space personally, so yeah, this ballpark, with it being in Vegas, going with the Area 51 type theme, and having the very small sections of seating, this is super futuristic. This is the type of design that I would like. There's just like a few little things I would change to it, but overall, I really do like this type of model. So that is that. I will go ahead and I will link the Stadium 51 design, but I thought it was just like a few photos from some firm, but it is actually an independent person who did decide to make this, and he linked me the actual page, and I was blown away. I was like, this is super in-depth. You've got blueprints. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to shout that out. And then we do also have, I wanted to shout out this person. This is kind of just a logo transformation of a potential Oakland Athletics, because the thought is the Athletics are keeping their name, which honestly I'm fine with. I know there are people that like aren't baseball fans that think the Athletics name is dumb for a sports team. I guess I'm just used to it. So I actually like the name Athletics when it comes to a sports team, short for the A's. I just think it comes off easy. And switching to the Vegas A's, I don't really see an issue with it. Like, my only issue was when people liked the Washington football team name. I would literally argue with people. I'm like, it's not a name. Washington football team, there's no name. There's 30 football teams in the NFL. That's not a name. A football team is not a name. It's just a team. So I don't know why people like the Washington football team. It just made no sense. Do I think the Commanders' name is good? I don't think it's that good, to be honest with you. I do think the Guardians' name is kind of growing on me, but it might be a little bit too long. But I think Vegas sticking with the A's is good overall, and you can see kind of the dice. Do I think they would do something like this? I don't know. But dude, that's sweet. I'm sorry. That's cool. If they actually did that, they put the little dice there. It's just so clean to me. I don't know. And the other thing I would say, change the yellow to gold and it's set. Just change it to a light gold. And I think the dark green with a light gold, it's such a Vegas vibe. You've got the dice right there. That is a clean design. This would not be their main logo. This is like their secondary or third logo, just showing the Las Vegas skyline, things like that. And you can kind of see that. So that's an interesting design as well. The other thing I wanted to quickly talk about when it comes to what's going on with the Coliseum, there was a very kind of interesting report that they were turning the Oakland Coliseum, after the team leaves, the parking lot into a temporary soccer stadium. So, that's kind of a weird situation going on there, but I do think that once Vegas leaves, they will pretty much immediately demolish the Coliseum and demolish Oracle Arena. I don't think it's even called Oracle anymore. It's like Oakland Arena or something, but both of those things are so old, and it's just better to redevelop the land. There would be no use for the Coliseum at all. And I know the old Oracle Arena, which is where the Warriors used to play, I understand that they host some events, they've got magic shows, whatever, but overall, that's something that's probably going to get demolished along with the Coliseum, and maybe the parking lot turns into kind of a small soccer field or something. But either way, I just wanted to kind of talk about this unique design. This is not, unfortunately, what's going to be happening. I'm guessing what's going to be happening is it will be a lot more simplistic design, but we'll see. Maybe they'll come up with something cool. I just think it's so crazy that someone completely independent can create something this unique. And I don't know if you guys saw the Utah design. I understand it's just like a first look, but come on. Don't you want to make a sweet stadium to get fans really energized rather than throwing up that crap with 3 smokestacks in the background? It just makes no sense to me how some of these people, like, you're going to come out with a pitch to try and get an expansion MLB team, and the stadium looks like a complete minor league shell with 2 decks of seating. It looks completely it just looks like a generic ballpark designed by MLB The Show. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. And then you get parks like this designed by people that aren't even associated with the MLB. So it's crazy. But I will link people the Stadium 51 model just to look at, because it is a really cool design. And I didn't realize how in-depth it was. Whenever I would Google a potential stadium, it would just kind of show me the first few images, but there actually is a website for it. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.